Last time I saw you, great fight, didn't get the result you wanted. That night, I know you didn't take any moral victories or anything, but since you've thought back, I mean, have you looked back and said, that was a pretty damn good fight?
I mean, yeah, it wasn't a bad fight, I guess, but still, I'm still in the same place I am. I don't really look at them good or bad. I try to kind of take a scientific approach sort of way. Okay, that didn't work out, so now I know what not to do, and I move forward and fix the mistakes. I always feel like those are the two approaches you need to become the best. This kind of evolutionary approach and scientific approach. Scientific was what I just described, and evolutionary, what I mean by that is you have to be threatened in a fight, so you have to challenge yourself in a fight in order to find out what you need to progress, to evolve.
I feel like, fans at least maybe give you more respect after that, which is kind of weird. It was a loss, not a win. I mean, you picked up a couple of wins, but do you feel like maybe people have been giving you a little bit more respect after that performance?
Yeah, I certainly kind of, feel, a bit more love now from the fans, but of course, it's great to have the fans and great to have their support, but it's not something that would ever, stop me or prevent me from achieving what I want to achieve. To me, the opinion of people around me is what matters. I've proved everything I needed to prove to them a long time ago. People in the industry, like if you look around the matchmakers around Europe or any people that actually understand fighting and know who true fighters are, they all know what's up. They all know who the real fighter in Europe is.
So since that time, obviously you had to help Conor McGregor get ready for a boxing match. So I know your whole team was really kind of focused on boxing. I wonder, I mean, was that good for you? Was that bad for you? Was it tough to kind of take your focus off just MMA and focus on that? What was that process like for you?
It was great, as an MMA fighter, it's very hard to find time to concentrate on one thing. You always have to juggle between things. You have to grapple, then you have to wrestle. And I feel that in order to really improve in some area, you have to really concentrate on just that thing. Because, for example, if you grapple in the morning, you see certain pointers, and then that's in your head, you're thinking about it, and then you box at night, everything is gone about grappling, you've forgotten about it. Whereas you want to kind of build on that. You want to work on those things again in the evening and then keep thinking, keep, the thought process going in order to really improve. But, when you're in MMA camp, it's just about sharpening what you already have. You don't really learn anything else.
So right now you feel like your hands are better than they've ever been?
Absolutely, yeah. And, striking was already my number one skill. So obviously now, after having gone through a boxing camp, I feel sharper than ever.
Very nice. Well, it should be a fun fight. You've got Andre Fili. A little bit of a history here, right? I mean, I know that we saw like a touch of it on The Ultimate Fighter, but it sounds like maybe there was more to a little bit of a rivalry here than we really got to see.
Yeah, obviously, to me, like I said, when I came into the UFC, no one is safe. I want everyone, anytime, any place. And Andre, was no different. He was there. He was the first sort of UFC guy that I got a chance to kind of interact with. And he was in my weight class, so by all means, he had a target on his back, for me. So it didn't happen as soon as I wanted it to happen. I wanted that fight immediately after the Ultimate Fighter, but it's here now.
That's fun. So maybe not a grudge match, or not necessarily just a professional. You want to show the guy who the best is.
Yeah, exactly. I want to show him what's up, because he was there obviously as a coach, and I was just as a fighter. But I'll be doing the coaching Saturday night.
Surprised that this fight's on the prelims, man? Because I feel like, no offense to anybody that's on the main card, but I feel like back home in the States, this is a fight that people are saying, this is one to watch. This could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, to be honest, to me, like I said, it never really matters whether I was the main event or I said the same thing the last time when I was the main event. It just changes the time I fight at. Fight is a fight, but yeah, I mean, obviously, if I have to think logically, I would have probably expect to be a little bit higher, and especially here in Poland, not many people know this, but on the topology rankings, I used to be number 1 in 2 weight classes here in Poland, featherweight and lightweight. Because back in the day, once I had gone through all the guys in the UK and Ireland, I switched my attention elsewhere, and it was very hard to find fights. But in Poland, there was challenges, and the guys were willing to fight me. I mean, more often than not on very short notice and outside of my weight class. But that didn't really stop me. That was just more fun for me. The more challenge, the better.
I was gonna say, I think your last 2 fights before you came to the UFC were both in Poland. So is it kind of fun for you to be back? I mean, does it feel comfortable or exciting? Like maybe you got kind of a fan base here already built in?
Absolutely, it's great to be back here, man. It's good to be back here in this good environment, because some of the shows I fought in here, I mean, it was in the backyards of nowhere. I mean, there was one hotel I was staying in, there was no water in the shower. I had to eat kebab after weigh-ins, there was no food. But you know, it never stopped me. It didn't matter to me. You know, I'm here to fight, and I was always here to fight, and I will always be here to fight.
Break down what you see in Andre Fili. I know you'll fight anybody, but a guy that's had some spectacular moments, but also some inconsistent results. What do you see when you break this guy down?
Yeah, he certainly has an exciting style. You know, he seems to be more of a stand-up guy, even though he comes from Team Alpha Male. Unlike a lot of the tall guys, he seems to come forward a little bit more, which again will make for a great fight. But make no mistake about it, on Saturday night I will touch it and he will feel it.
That's pretty good. So I mean, this looks like it could be kind of a fight of the night on paper. I mean, I think a lot of people are expecting that. Do you feel like you need to prepare for that type of fight, or do you feel like with your hands being the way they are right now that you're going to just be able to go in and dominate them?
I certainly have changed up a little my sparring a little bit. I sparred a lot of tall guys, obviously, that kind of do the stuff that he does, you know, switch stance and move around a little bit. And to be honest, I've done a lot more sparring for this camp than I've done for some of my previous camps. I sort of took it old school again, the way we used to do it, just spar all the time. Mainly because, you know, I was doing a boxing camp prior to this, so I wanted to catch up on the MMA sparring. So at the start of the camp, I was doing 4 spars a week. And that helped a lot, you know, just made me feel a lot more comfortable in there. And I just feel in general, I feel a lot more comfortable in the octagon every fight. I feel a lot more relaxed, and I'm able to show more and more what I can do. And I think that is going to be no different on Saturday night. I'm going to show a next level. I'm going to be able to show a lot more of what I can do, and I will get the win.
You're a guy that, you know, always has direction, and I know that you want to fight as often as possible. You put your career a little bit on hold this summer to help out your good friend. Makes a lot of sense. But I got to imagine now you're ready to get back and get as busy as you can. So what's the idea moving forward? You go in, you pick up an impressive win. What's the plan?
My plan is to fight in Shanghai. You know, Zabit, you know, got a fight. No, that's my fight. That whoever that guy is, step aside, kid, and you will not get hurt. Zabit is my guy. I'm fighting him. I said it back in September, whenever that was, that I'll be ready to go in November. And when I give my word, you know, it's unbreakable, just like the diamond. That means I will be there. So that is my fight. I expect to see the fans in Shanghai. So ni hao ma. I'll see you there soon, guys.